Hello everyone, we are group 7 and my name is Anne and I'm with my partner Nikisha, and the topic we're gonna introduce today, which is the city of Toronto. We're gonna discuss on the city, on the organization or brief history and the industry of the company, the practice, policy, the leadership, and also the impact of COVID-19 on leadership. And further on, we will divide our part into two sections. The first section will focus on the company's detail, also the history, the industry of the company, the practice, policy, and the company's employee information. And the second session is analysis. We're gonna go further on compare between the city practice and the organizational behavior practice, which we have what OB practice are the most effective and what practice should be changed or even removed, how have these practice or policy impacted the employees, what else can be inferred about the company in its organizational behavior elements. First of all, I'm gonna introduce briefly about the history of the organization. The City of Toronto was established in 1834 and also operates in municipal government. The organization provides the public service to the resident, also for support the business in Toronto as Canada's largest city. The major Canadian hiring location is in the city of Toronto. They have the full-time employees number in Canada, which is 22,002, and the part-time, which is 12,230. The average age of employees in Canada is 42 years, and the longest serving employee is 57.9 years. Next is about the industry, the organizational structure of the City of Toronto. The organization manages the public services and properties in the city, and the structure of the organization has 26 members, 1 mayor, and 25 councillors. The mayor provides the leadership to city councils, works with different levels of federal governments, and chairs the executive committee. And continue, we have this responsibility for councillor. They will attend city council and committee meetings, sit on the boards of city agency and corporation, propose changes to the decisions city council makes, introduce motion to propose action or raise awareness of issue, hold or attend community meetings to get input from the public, host or get involved in community events, and help people access the city services. And they have 4 departments of standing committees, which are the Economic and Community Development Committee, the General Government and the Licensing Committee, Infrastructure and Environment Committee, and Planning and Housing Committee. Upcoming, I'm gonna introduce the current city manager of City of Toronto, Chris Murray. Chris Murray is described as a problem solver as well as with the characteristic of measured and soft-spoken. In 10 years of being city manager of Hamilton, Murray has faced a lot of municipal debates, disparity of the Spectator Code Red Series, and before becoming a city manager, Murray has helped untangle more than 50 years of debate to bring the Red Hill Expressway to fruition. Murray's success tip is his interest in solving problems, not any secret else. He's not the one who seeks spotlight, but sits back in council meetings and allow other senior staff to answer most questions. A big picture thinker than detail oriented. He also has a famous quote: "I go nowhere without relationships, so the complexity of the society can never be solved by institutions acting independently." Moreover, there are some few facts about his career. So Chris Murray was appointed as the city manager of Toronto on June 27, 2018. Chris Murray was also the city manager of Hamilton for almost 10 years. He is by profession a registered city planner. He's an experienced transportation and housing director. He's described as a relationship builder, and also he has a happy life with his wife and children. So now I will discuss about the City of Toronto practice and policy. First, with practice, the City of Toronto practice focus on strategy and vision to address economic stability, social equity, environmental sustainability, and healthy city. So these are the practices that ensure the city will have a long-term vision and goals, which are people and equity, children's services, social development, finance and administration, transportation services, park forestry, recreation and city planning, finance and treasury services, real estate management, economic development and culture, and Indigenous Affairs Office, and so much more. And the second is policy. The policy are outlined to the employees' right and the responsibility as a member of Toronto Public Service with the following: accessibility policy, affirm and strengthen the city capacity to identify, remove and prevent barriers to access in service, policy, programs and facilities for the people with disability in accordance with the AODA. The policy for city employees during election period. The city employees have the right to engage in political activity during their personal time with limitation on political activity at work. And the people and equity policies develops, implements, and maintains the correct policy in the areas of absence from work, pay and benefits, and human rights. Next are the reviews of City of Toronto employees by the website of Glassdoor. In 2020, the City of Toronto was rated in the 6th place as the best place to work by Glassdoor Awards. So here are the pros and cons that I have collected that they are recommended by the employees. So first with the pros, so the employee rate the organization where they have good staff. The organization is stable and reliable. They offer a good part-time job with good pay and growth, and as well as with the flexibility. However, with the cons, the City of Toronto maintain a long working hours with unfair schedule, low wage rate, with lack of proper training, and lack of communication and equipment, and work with a slow pace. So in overall, there are more pros than cons for working at the City of Toronto, with a 60 reviews that recommend the City of Toronto that offer great work environments, flexible hours and good pace, and work-life balance, as you can expect in 55 reviews.
The City of Toronto company was selected as one of Greater Toronto's top employers for 2020 for a number of reasons. The City of Toronto supports ongoing employee education with tuition subsidies. Employees can also take advantage of on-site childcare at City Hall when they return to work. Employees can also benefit from maternity top-ups, flexible work options, adoption top-up, as well as flexible work hours up to 35 hours per week with full pay. Employees can also benefit from vacation allowance. New employees receive 3 weeks of paid vacation. There are also in-house initiatives, apprenticeship and skill trades programs, in-house training, online training, a number of initiatives geared towards the development of employees. Leadership. Leadership, according to Robbins, is defined as the ability to influence a group toward the achievement of a vision or set of goals. There are some key elements of leadership. Some of these are, it's an ability, and it also involves social influences. What theories of leadership can be applied to the City of Toronto? A number of theories can be applied to the City of Toronto company: the trait theory of leadership, the path goal theory of leadership, as well as transformational leadership. Look at the trait theory of leadership. This theory focuses on personal qualities and individual characteristics. This theory states that leaders are extroverted, conscientious, and they're open to new experiences. Throughout his leadership at the City of Toronto and Hamilton, Chris Murray has demonstrated these traits. He's extroverted, conscientious, and open to experiences. In many of his interviews, he has expressed how much he values relationships. For example, his accomplishments include establishing and maintaining high productivity relations with council and senior management. And this accomplishment has led to lowest tax increases, and this achievement also demonstrates his extrovertedness. Path goal model theory is based on specifying a leader's behavior that fits the employee and work environment in order to achieve a goal. The goal in the path goal theory is to increase your employees' motivation, empowerment, and satisfaction so they become productive members of the organization. Chris Murray does not seek spotlight. He allows his senior staff to answer questions in meetings. Also, in the path goal theory, employee motivation, empowerment, satisfaction, and productivity is considered. In the City of Toronto, the benefits offered to employees, such as the tuition subsidies, the flexible work options, the childcare, all of these benefits and initiatives keep employees motivated, productive, and empowered. Let's look at the transformational leadership theory. Transformational leaders are agents of change. They are individuals who have a strong moral purpose. They have the ability to skillfully engage in the process of change, and they create new realities within their organizations. And they also inspire followers, or others to follow, rather. Transformational leaders focus on Maslow's hierarchy of higher order needs, and these needs are self-esteem needs, self-actualization needs. The leadership in the City of Toronto empowers its employees to achieve their goals through its many benefits and initiatives offered to its employees, such as the tuition benefits, as was mentioned before, and subsidies. For these reasons, the City of Toronto was on the list of Canada's top 100 employers for reasons that the company values its employees, and it provides opportunities for employees to achieve their goal. Transformational leaders exhibit the following leadership behaviors: idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration. Chris Murray definitely can be considered a transformational leader. He exhibits the leader behaviors characteristic of a transformational leader. For example, in a recent interview with Louis Fraporti, Chris Murray expressed that his principal role as a city manager is to make sure that everyone that works for the organization has a common focus and feels that their employer cares about them. And this leadership behavior demonstrates individualized consideration. He describes himself as a problem solver, and through his problem-solving skills, Murray demonstrates intellectual stimulation. That meaning he promotes intelligence, rationality, and careful problem solving. Some examples are from when the Spectator's Cold Red series exposed huge disparities in life expectancy between Hamilton's richest and poorest neighborhoods. Murray created an office specifically charged with addressing those deep-rooted problems. The transformational leadership behavior are also demonstrated through his top 5 achievements as city manager at City of Toronto and Hamilton, where he held the previous position. Some of his 5 accomplishments are establishing and maintaining high productive relations with council and senior management. 2, the 2012 to 2015 strategic plan and related departmental business plans. Other achievements include major projects such as the Pan Am Stadium, cross-departmental engagement of staff, and last but not least, he's happily married to his wife Michelle and proud dad to Anna and Ben. The City of Toronto, under the leadership of Chris Murray, has implemented many COVID-19 initiatives to aid COVID recovery. These initiatives are also linked to leadership behaviors characteristic of a transformational leader. The initiatives are geared towards building relationships, support, and recovery. Some of these recovery initiatives are, in terms of safe recreation and childcare, a swim to quick start program that expedited the opening of the city's beaches, outdoor pools, wading pools, and splash pads. And this shows how much persons are valued and how the system could enable these facilities to be reopened. Other initiatives include the Camp Tour, the Active Tour, the Driving Tour, and the Park Play Tour. Other recovery initiatives for COVID, which are geared towards recovery and rebuild, such as priorities that the city will implement in the event of a resurgence of COVID. There's also a United We Agree to Toronto partnership to create COVID-19 shelter interim recovery strategy, and partnering with other levels of government and community-based agencies. In conclusion, to summarize the study on leadership and the City of Toronto, organizations need strong leadership to be successful. Trust is very important in building relationships, and leaders need to ensure that those they lead see them as trustworthy individuals. In any organization, employee relationships are very important, and the City of Toronto is an organization that focuses on not only achieving company goals, but also developing their employees' full potential.
And that's everything of the City of Toronto and the City Manager, Chris Murray. I hope you like this presentation, and I hope it will be useful for you. Thank you.